Hello everyone, I'm sick and tired, so I'm going to try and get this done as quick as possible. This is a fix for an issue that you may have, specifically with Persist, or you may have with other ArmA mods. I don't know if this affects other creators, but I've only just discovered this, and I cannot believe this bug actually exists in ArmA. So you're currently looking at a very standard Persist setup. Persist is my persistence mod for ArmA 3, and I'm going to be testing the limited fortify here, right? So this lets me quickly, just test the limited fortify and see that it works. Now, many people have done this and have come to me and said, hey, this doesn't work, your mod's broken, or what's happening, right? And every time I've tried to fix it, I've sent them off and they've finally gone, yep, it's working now. And then someone else will come to me and go, hey, why is this broken? I'm having this error, and it's the exact same error. So, in order to recreate this error, we're going to have to first remove both modules. So let me just put them back down. Now, it's very important that we don't open them. You'll find out why very soon. And there we go. Okay, so now we boot. And there is our error. So if we were to run over here, you'll notice it's not working. Persist hasn't loaded. I couldn't build anything. I don't actually have a fortify tool. Doesn't matter. You can tell it's not working. Down here, I have a monitoring variable. You'll notice, right? There you go, that we've got this little variable here. This looks like a proper thing. This looks like an array that should be used, right? And that is, in fact, the correct array that it should be displaying. This is the array for the objects you're allowed to build. Actually, no, I believe that's right. That's the objects that the persistence module will save. Those are two separate things. So those objects are there. Okay, cool. Well, let's go back to the Eden editor. And now, this time, we're going to go and have a quick look at the save action. Now you'll notice, there you go, permitted fob objects. These are the objects that will be saved. They're all there. So it's correct. So why wasn't it working? Why was it erroring? Okay, let's just click out and let's go check it again. And now this time, you'll notice a different error. That's a little weird. And you'll also notice this variable changed. Well, that's even quite a bit more weird, because we didn't do anything, did we? If we go back out, we still have the exact same setup as before, right? Limited fortify, save action. We didn't touch anything. I didn't put any letters in there. There's no changes. But you know what we did do? We opened the module and we pressed OK. And in ArmA, thanks to this bug, that makes a huge difference. Now, I personally don't know 100% what it actually does. I have my theory, which I'll explain at the end. But, as you may be able to notice, it absolutely does something. And in fact, this is actually the solution to the persist bug. So, if you are having the persist bug, the video can end here, because here is the solution. Make sure that you've opened each persist module. You don't even have to touch anything in them. Just press OK. And then run the module. And then ready. And there you go. It works. That's it. Job done. Now, for those of you who are modders who are currently screaming in your own head, or players who might be having this issue with other mods, I'll try to explain why or what I think is happening. Okay, now we get technical. So, this is the test variable right here. You'll notice there is nothing between it and the module variable that would actually affect it, right? So, it just asks the module for the variable, and it gets it. But somehow, it got two different variables each time we started the game. Now let me go into my theory on why. First of all, the first time we got a variable that had no quotation marks around it, and in fact, it looked identical to this. Now here's something about modules in ArmA, rather. Modules in ArmA can't output arrays. This is an array. What you see right here is an array, right? That, basically the fact that it has the brackets around it, that makes it an array. It's an array is essentially a list of things, right? Modules can't output that to a script. So what you would normally do is in this case, right, when someone writes an array here, they're not actually writing an array, they're writing a string, which is essentially just text. String means text, basically. So they're writing a string, and then I, in my script, convert that into an array, right? Except the first time around, it was outputting an array, something it physically shouldn't be capable of doing. I don't know how it's capable of doing that. The documentation says it's not possible. You're intentionally unable to do it, and yet accidentally you can do it, which is incredibly confusing. So anyway, it appears to be outputting this directly, this exact thing that is in the box. It is putting that exactly out. But once I'd opened it up and then pressed OK, it was now outputting the default variable as set in the module settings. Here we go. If we go up to here, in the module HPP. So this is the HPP for the module, save action, right? There you go. So this is the thing that makes the module do its stuff. Now you'll notice here that we've got all of these lovely quotation marks, right? And they're all stacked up for a good reason. And you may have also noticed, of course, in that thing, in the actual picture itself, there was loads of quotation marks that didn't look quite right. There was too many of them. There was almost 2 per bracket or whatever. There's 2 reasons for that. The first is that, of course, it has to be a string that converts to an array. And the second is that when you actually say that type name is string, right, in a module, it doesn't tell you this, but it just puts an extra quotation mark on the start and end of your default value. Doesn't tell you that it does that. Had to find that out the hard way. Ripped my hair out learning that. Fuck, I hate modules. Anyway, what it seems to be doing is when you don't open the module, it will use whatever you have written here exactly, which of course, you know, a player couldn't write that there, but the mod maker could make something appear there exactly. And when you do open the module, it'll take whatever is actually written there and it'll actually behave as it should. So it'll actually have the proper type name. So it'll actually turn the thing into a string like it should be doing. And presumably, were a player able to do this, they could also put arrays in there, but, you know, you're not meant to be able to do that. So, yeah, the best solution I can recommend to everyone, if you're having issues with modules, is to open them first. Yeah. It's very dumb, and saying that hurts my head. I'm going to stop saying that and end the video. I hope this helped whoever you were. Goodbye.